You want everybody to serve with one language. Fear language. What's the which is Hebrew, which is our bloodline. All right. That's why they don't want you to know who you are. And this is the ancient past. All right. That's Jeremiah 18:15. Because my people have forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, which is worthless idols, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient past, to walk in paths in the way not cast up. So we got to go back to the original. If we don't go back to the root, then we don't know what the hell we're talking about. So let's go examine the root of this world. Go ahead.
The 9 dimensional story is titled Dictionary. And for the word world, I'm going to get to the second part when in the New Testament Greek, earth, land, ground, country is rendered world. That's in quotes, because they translated it from the Greek from 3 different versions for world. Once in KJV, Revelation 13:3, it's the only time person put there, meaning the entire world.
So one time. So when you hear, now, is there a world of football?
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's a world of football. Is there a world of baseball? Now, if you try to intermingle the world of baseball and football, would you have a game? No.
Oh, that's what the fuck that basketball movie is about.
Like, exactly.
They just want to unite every goddamn thing.
Exactly. They want to try to mix up shit, but they can't. All right. Now, because is there a world of Japanese people? If you go to the world of Japanese, will you have a hard time communicating with somebody there? Is there a world of Chinese? So that's the difference in the definition of the world. And they're going to tell you in the design events that there's a difference. Tell them against Akamene and Cosmos.
It gets to Eon first.
We go straight to Akamene and Cosmos because that's where it goes, where it breaks down. So, as a matter of fact, while he's looking for that, I'm just going to show you right here in the scripture. Okay, good. Now, while you go there and you read that, okay, and I'm going to go to John. Go ahead.
Now, it says, I want you to see this one, folks. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world.
That's plural. That's plural, right? Now how are they going to put world plural? And you think people think there's only one world the Bible was talking about. Alright? Now, on top, did you find that point? Alright, now before you get the point, I'm going to bring this out. Can you quote me John 3:16?
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that he believes in him should not perish but live everlasting life.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you. That's good. That's good. Now, I'm going to tell you why the white man made sure you know that. So you can think that it's all for the whole world. Alright? But it's not. Because he just showed you there's worlds plural, right? I'm going to show you the scriptures in John 17. I want you to read this, verse 9.
I pray for them.
Read it out loud if I can hear you.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Okay, now read that again.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
You pray not for who?
The world.
So is this contradicting itself, or is there another meaning? It's a deeper meaning to it. Alright, so you got to go to the etymology of the word. That world right here is cosmos, which is a particular world. He was not even caring about our particular, chosen out of that world, because he says, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. We are the Hebrew Israelites, but even within the Hebrew Israelites, according to Zechariah 13 and 8, everybody ain't going to make it. He's not praying for those who ain't going to make it. He said, don't pray for the wicked. If you got an Israelite who's wicked, we don't pray for them either. Why? Because they wicked. We don't want them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not fighting to the defense of the Most High. But Zechariah 8:13 says, and so where am I at? Zechariah 12, no, 13 and 8. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not it. And it shall come to pass this bottom here. It shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left therein. Alright? And he said, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahawah is my God, my power. Everywhere you see the Lord, they took out Yahawah and put in the Lord, because they didn't want you to call on the name of Yahawah. Right? As a matter of fact, I can prove that again in and here in this Bible, because they tell you they do that. So bring out, go ahead and start bringing that out. Speak up loud.
For the word Greek alchemy.
They got a T next to the Lord, right? You see that T right there? Yeah. And what do they got under the Hebrew what?
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Yahawah.
That's Yahawah, which is Yahawah. And I don't know if you can zoom in and see it. In my Bible, they give you a little T that actually sits right by my fingers. You know what I'm saying? And they put it right there. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you. Some Bibles will, but some Bibles won't, because they don't want you to know. Alright? So now he's going to break down that world, the cosmos and the Akamene, which is going to give you the etymology of the word. Go ahead.
Greek Akamene is first geographical, then inhabited earth, then cultural, then political. Through a first century, though a first century man felt them practically coextensive. Martian has inhabited earth in all cases.
Alright, and the example of that is Luke 2:1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And it was talking about a whole landmass, in particular, the whole kingdom of the Roman kingdom, which they had, in that time, majority of the world in subjection. And they were talking about that extensive whole, right? What did they say about cosmos?
Greek cosmos and derivatives range over the meaning, order, beauty, world, universe, never losing their connotation of harmony and beauty. Cosmos is a favorite word with John, used of YAHAWAHSHAI as creator.
Alright, now hold on. It said arrangement?
It says
it said arrangement, right?
Order, beauty, world, universe.
Alright, it says order instead of arrangement. Okay, it says order. It's an order. Alright, now if you look up in the strong notes and the strong definitions of the Hebrew words under cosmos, it says an orderly set of arrangement, which is if you if football organized into an order and arranged in a certain particular way, that's why they call it the world of football. It's baseball, that same baseball, hockey, golf, but even different kingdoms like even different kingdoms. There's that. There's orderly set of arrangement. The Most High has us as an orderly set of arrangement. We are His special people, because we are actually the bloodline.
That's why I said the definition of the order / beauty.
Right, and we're the beauty of your house. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll go to Acts, and they talk about, they tell you he had children. Now, what better way to teach his children? What better way to teach his children than to put them down here and maintain the Messiah? The Messiah had to go down here, and he had brothers too, right? He was born in a family, right? As us, we got the same genetic code of the Messiah. All right? Acts 17:28. For in Him we live and move and have our being. As certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also His offspring. For as much then as we are the offspring of God, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold, or silver, or stone, or graven by art and man's device. Now why they got a so-called white messiah in churches, in people's Bibles, hung up on the wall, hung up on little necklaces and little chains. When we were supposed to have none of that. That's an idol. It's a graven image. You know what I'm saying?
If I go to church and I see that,
matter of fact, you don't need to go to the church. Matter of fact, I'm just going to bring it out. I had him pull it out, but he had stopped it. We pulled it out. Ezekiel 16. Just to tell you about churches, man. That thou, no matter of fact, I'm going to start with 23. And it came to pass, after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord power, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee a high place in every street. What is a high place? It's a church. So where did the high priest go to? It's a high place, right? When we look down, matter of fact, you can see that cross on the church right down there on the next block, right? And if there wasn't a library here and some stores right here, I guarantee it's a church. Big old Obama church he used to go to back in Minnesota. He had church because he had relationships with Obama, and they was fags because Obama's a fag, and he's not black, by the way. He's a Hamite. He's African. Matter of fact, if I turn this around, he's my grandparents is like
and my grandpa's a co-master, and the thing is, like, I kind of got mad for a mom. Like, I do research. And the thing is, I don't trust politics.
Exactly. Give me no stranger to rule over us. All right.
But can I actually get to a good point here about the cosmos?
All right, go ahead.
Consider as a fallen universe hostile to God, then it says cosmos includes angels, spiritual principalities and powers, men, beasts, earth, and heavenly bodies.
That's us. Alright? That's not everybody else. That's us. There's three classifications of human beings. You got sons of God, you got sons of the wicked, and you got sons of men. And that's in Genesis the 6th chapter. It's also in Psalms the 9th chapter. It's also in Psalms 82. We'll go take a look at that. But these are the Hamites. Do you see any niggas going around with this spirit? Take a look. 2 minutes. You see anybody with these spirits about your so-called black people here in America? Have you seen anybody putting doodle on their face? Putting rings and plates in their mouth?
Okay, well, not our people.
Exactly. Because that's their culture.
That's these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's the Hamites, man.
These are part of the human thing.
Look, this is what's going to happen to them down here. All the heathens going to get ICBM missile sites. You know what I'm saying? And the ones who are the elite, they're going to be taken into slavery, man. Because they enslaved us. That's Revelation 13:10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth the sword and kill man is wind and everything down. And people don't understand the power of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It said, thou hast built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee a high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place in every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred. And hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredom. Is not every church door open to anybody who walk up in it? And he said they whoring. Because our true beauty is being a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, them places, our houses, like I got a precept in Jeremiah 5:7. It says, indeed, for this, thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that are no God. I have fed them to the full. They then committed adultery and assembled themselves by truth in the harlot house. By truth in the harlot house. There only be a bunch of people going in by truth. He called them a harlot house. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, it's going to be truth of them. That sounds like many to me. So if I go to